Okay, turn 14. Pop-up is Queen Consort either becomes disappointed or is in love. Is in love is a huge modifier, said the romantic in my heart, for stats. So let's do that. It's expensive here with the 5 action cost. But this is yield as well as birth chance modifier, which matters. If we influence here, we're 20 away from 200 as well. Okay, Slinger, Settler, Workers done. Workers done already? Shit. All right, I guess we're killing this. Come. We have no desire to adopt a child. Get a citizen in Carthago or Gracious. Still pretty young at 37. Go up 3 civics. Carthago wouldn't mind a citizen, but we're not in a rush for it either. I think we're just going to take the Gracious. All right. The problem here is this unit is heavily incentivized to walk over and attack us, which is going to walk over the city site. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing for me, honestly, because if it spawns another guy there, I can just fight it again. It's just our settlers coming out in 3. We don't have another military unit for a couple turns. We might be forced to withdraw for a turn and heal, especially if these guys come over our way, which they shouldn't, but they could. All right. Other than that, we got scout movement. What's the pop-up? All right. So we have a promotion on our leader as well. Brave, Swift. Swift on a leader tends to be fairly good. It's essentially the zealot bonus without being a zealot. But pure stats are okay too. Did we see our opponents at all last turn? No, we did not, which is good. Because if we had seen them, they can always be a warrior moving out of the fog and finishing off our guy if we get too low, so we have to be a little careful of that. All right, so then, what do we want to do with this worker? Could get our next shrine off. Can't remember which urban shrines we have. We've got some garbagey ones. Yeah, it's not very exciting. Probably if I did do that, we'd just place this shrine, and this shrine does really nothing at all. It would just be for border expansion, which I really don't want to dick around with right now. I think this worker is probably better spent moving over to this tile. It's just a couple turns. I could get one of these fish online first, perhaps. While we wait, a little bit of growth in the city isn't terrible. It's also food per turn, which is relevant to our settler plans. Could also get some chops off. And scout movements are always a little valuable. Where's my other scout? Here. Need a bit of wood is all. Our science is so bad. Two left, probably a single chop. Okay. That's what we got going on for this turn. Need to make this decision. I don't care so much about the individual promotions like this, and this is not a very large map, and our guy is 37. I think I might just take the stats. We can again rush to. The issue is I don't think I can hold that point. They're 100% going to walk across it and respawn a tribe there, and that's kind of okay, kind of not okay. I'm going to have to fight this thing. We are herbalist, which means we do heal rapidly. Maybe it's okay. We got another slinger coming out. We can clear it relatively quickly. It's just, it's not going to be clear for the settler if I rush the settler. And there's not another open spot right now, I don't think. So I think we're just going to hard build that. How close are we to anything else? Not very, sadly. We're not doing ironworking right now either, so we're miles away from anything useful. I could rush another. I mean, I don't have another population point right now. Just say we could rush another specialist. It's just not super helpful. A, we don't have a population point, and B, I don't know. I want to use these civics for rushing stuff, but we have no military units to rush. The settler rush doesn't help here. The only thing I could do is rushing a settler, start production on another settler, and it doesn't seem that relevant. I have 2 spots off that I need to clear. So maybe what I should have done is produce the military unit in Carthago. But anyways, here we are. We're going to take charisma. I don't think swiftness does too much for us right now. So let's grab that and call it here. Turn 15. Didn't move towards us. It's really surprising. In fact, I have no understanding of why that's true. I thought these things always attacked if they were in range to attack. I feel like it's 1 action to move to there for this unit, 2nd to move to there and attack. So it makes no sense to me whatsoever. I mean, it's good for us, but I don't understand it. Could rush the settler along for 1 turn faster. There's a barb spawn coming to us here. No surprises there, and our quarry is done. I would like that online, but it's a bit out there. We are friendly with the Scythians, but my opponent has units somewhere in this area. Okay. Kids are 4. She's a schemer, which unfortunately means I cannot add her to a military unit to gather experience, which is kind of a bummer. I think schemers, agents, are spy masters, right? So they really can't do a lot early game, sadly. Admin next turn. Not terribly excited about that. We could quarry over this incense. It's pretty useless to us right now. If I look at quarry, I don't like this, by the way. I'm going to suggest this be improved. This is so what it does, this default show valid improvements, is the things you can do, right? But it's smart based on the tile. So the problem is you finish a quarry, you're building quarries in this area. You likely want to build another quarry. But to figure out what the other quarries are worth, you have to go to this specific area, then hover it, and then it will show you. So, and actually looking at that, strangely, that's a better tile. I'm really surprised. There's 2 bonuses there, but, oh, 3, there's a 3rd. Okay. So we could quarry in here. It's a bit slower to build on hills and a bit more expensive to build on hills, but we definitely want stone coming in. And I would like to get culture rolling in the city, but I want another military unit before we do that. So question is here for a little bit less of a yield, but a little bit closer. That's probably the play. It's gonna be what, like 4 years for that? 3 years plus 1 for the stone is 4. Or 1 for the hill, rather. Yeah, it's about right. Okay. So let's drop a quarry in here. I guess the recommended is actually fairly interesting here too, because that is a we have Shrine Tech as this faction. So we could pick up something like this. That's a fairly good one for us, especially if we can get a double or triple spawn of it. Just looking around to see if we're gonna have better locations for it. We may. It's nice to get culture rolling in these cities, especially military cities that are not the primary. I think here though, with our stone estate, we're just gonna have to build another quarry. Just don't think it's even a decision at the moment. I wonder if it doesn't remove the incense, I don't think, to do this. But I'm now quite curious, does it? I think it just suppresses it when we build a quarry here. Yeah. So we could get access to another tile by building a shrine over here. I should look for things that we care about shrine-wise. But anyways, okay. So that's good. We want to attack this unit. Range doesn't matter for us. We'd like to hold this city site. I don't think we're any weaker or stronger. And we don't want it moving to there. So I think we just take this city site and attack. Too bad it's 3 turns. Again, I'm concerned about an enemy warrior just sitting in here. All right, 7 actions left. We got a scout, 2 scouts. So we want to move around a little bit. 2 to there. And then not so great in here. No hills. Could take that tile. I want to see around the back of this. Mostly want to see up into that corner. And what's this? We got a worker that's not doing anything that wants to move. Okay. So I probably should just chop. All right. Call it a turn. Okay, turn 16. All right, I would actually love all these things. Border growth would be great. Barracks are very strong for the artisan family in particular because you build them so rapidly, so you get this boost almost immediately. The stone boost could be useful too. We're at 0 stone, but I have to take ironworking here. I just don't have a choice. My tech is really slow, and I really need to get labor force almost immediately. So we're gonna have to do that, sadly. Looks like our movement was fairly good here. They will get 1 more attack on us, which is kind of annoying. Nothing I can do about that right now. We have worker movements, and how many worker movements? Just 2. And the quarry in there is probably fine. We will lose efficiency moving in, but it doesn't really impact what we're doing. Don't need much more iron production right at this moment. Of course, we'll want it long term, but at the moment, it should be just fine. Next turn is going to be a pretty busy turn for orders with the settler. So let's start a quarry here. Slow one on a hill in a different faction city, sadly, but still. We're going to do a little bit of scout movement. I'd really like to know where my opponent's units are. Okay, so we've just spotted his commander. His commander's back in base healing, which is excellent for us. Which means it's probably not going to be ambushing our commander out there, which is great, or at least not immediately. I want to move, so it's chop. We could do this a full chop here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's move here. Inefficient scouting right now. This is really bad news when you're right next to a tree and you can't see hills above it kind of deal, so you have nowhere to move to. I do want to see behind this camp, and I want to get this worker over there. So this is probably something like chop, chop, chop. And then either could do the same over here for one of these, or move our scout 1 more. Okay. All right, 3 turns on this. I need this barb to get out of the terrain, sadly. To do that, we end up just baiting it there, probably. Do we want to chop any more of this? Obviously, we can't this turn, but I mean for next turn. Quickest way to get to that tile is all the way over. All right, so we'll go there. Look to chop, chop, move up, probably. All right, that's our turn. Send it back. Turn 17. So the guy whose wife we stole is now a little pissy about that. Problem is, Vengeful is another debuff, right? Oh no, already was Vengeful. Now starts plotting. What starts plotting? Minus 100. Yeah, see, this is now a problem. I can't change that house's influence. What's the negative side of it? 10% civics, 10% military rate. That sucks. Needed that science boost, though. Getting punished for it, for sure. Alright. Settler out. Let's kill this. Let's bring our settler out. Okay. Got 2 scout movements if we want it, as well as 1 worker movement. Chop, chop, start moving over. Seems pretty good. Extra slinger. We are going to need to kill this camp and figure out production in 2 cities. All right, let's start there. Can grab another settler if we think we can clear that in time. We may be able to, so let's try. We just hit to 2 military units, so his tech is killing us. I mean, honestly, I think I have to think our tech problems are family related, and I'm not yet sure if you have a pretty balanced family set of issues or not. You can see a second warrior just came out of his city there. I want to get into here at the very least. Wonder if that's a 3rd unit or if he actually withdrew. He probably withdrew. City looks very important to claim this one here. This is going to be a contested area. I want to at least grab one of these ore too. Oh, I need ironworking. I need warriors. More slingers are not where I want to be. Okay. 4 actions left. What are we doing? I don't think ambassadors can imprison people. I'm pretty sure that's chancellors. Two turns on the slinger. Could build another slinger. I'm not very excited about it, but I probably will. Is that or improve a quarry, which I could build another worker from Rider family. I don't really want to spend Rider actions building workers, but we could move it up to this next city. There's no particular benefit of the next city being a Rider city, but it likely will. Honestly, we want to spam this city in particular if we can. Alright, let's try to pay some of the cost of moving this slinger over to this area. We're a little early. This unit almost certainly is going to have to come back and heal, so we could wait a turn or 2 for that. Could pay the cost of moving this guy over. One, two, three. I mean, I might get attacked there. I want to get to there eventually. Could idle heal a turn or 2 in there if I have to. So let's do that. And I guess one more scout move to there. Hey, the nice part about this, unexplored territory, he hasn't seen that tile, which means there might be Goody Hut behind for next turn. Okay, so then it's just production, which is probably another fucking slinger, 3 years. Pretty not excited about this news. Options are stonecutter improvement, not great. Settler, pretty bad. Military unit that I don't really want. This terrain is so bad for slingers too. It's all forests. Did the worker just change from 5 to 6 years? What did I queue up that would change that? Maybe it was 6 to begin with. It's not like we have military improvements in this city. It doesn't build anything particularly efficiently. Although it does have the +2 for being a rider. We'll need the worker eventually. I would like more military, but I don't want more slingers. So I guess this is worker. End up with 6 workers though right now, or 5 workers. We have 2 already from this faction. 1 from there. We're getting, oh, we're building a slinger here, not a worker. All right. Although, what are we going to build after? Still, I think it's a worker. Okay, call it turn. Turn 18. Yeah, move up for the camp over there from them. 2 warriors running around. Definitely need to get this settled soon so we have the resilience of a city to protect our slingers, which are otherwise going to be having a lot of trouble versus warriors in wooded terrain. Alright, so a little scouting. And how many actions left this turn? Take a promotion here, not move it. What are their promotions on this unit? Sieger, Combat, Heckler, and Brave. That's 3 warriors. Alright. I'm going to move the settler here. I think the thought is 1. These move 2, swiftness 2, swiftness 2. So I can move to here or there. Next turn go harvest, move, settle. It's going to be there. I want to settle. So it'll be 1 chop, 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4. Otherwise I can get within 1. Give up 1 of the harvest. We have gold though, and actions are a limiting factor. Might just be better to do this. Turn 20 is the sweet spot for elephant harvests. Okay, let's go there. I'm gonna move the slinger up. Could escort, but more likely want it closer there. All right. Get a little bit closer, but we're 1 turn off that being useful. I need to make sure the scout doesn't end here, of course. All right, could be a ruin up there. Can't see, but I can't end a turn up there so close to this many warriors. So there's 4 warriors, dude. Wasn't he similar military last turn? And a settler. Okay. I don't think I can wait on another slinger anymore, sadly. We'll take this promotion versus melee units. And we have 511 military points. Highlander tends to be a good one, as does Warden. They're mutually exclusive in the sense, I don't think once you're offered a promotion, it ever comes back if you decline it. So I'm pretty sure this unit can only be a Highlander or a Warden, never both here. You just add a general here if we have one too and postpone the decision. That guy who hates us could be the general leader. Oh, it's not him. It's just that whole family hates us. A casual minus 13% damage seems great. Or we could take our scientists who we're going to want for tutoring purposes in 3 years. So neither of those are realistic options for this slinger. So I guess we'll take a promotion here. I may have to rush some units out of Carthage. Some warriors. Oh, we've got the civics. We might be able to. I'm also Carthage. Technically, I can buy barbarians. Can buy these, right? Also can move the scout. It's another ranged unit, which is not terribly exciting. It is a mounted barb, so a little bit faster for 300. Take an order. It does. If I buy the barb, maybe I can not train the slinger. I've already paid for the stone, but I'll use the stone later. It's not the end of the world to buy some stone. Let's try buying this. Okay. Call it a turn.